back to Late Night Love. We want to remind you that you can find us here at latenightLove.us. You can send us your questions, comments, suggestions, etc. to love@latenightLove.us. And also do us a favor, hit the like, subscribe, share, all that good fun stuff. And all right, so every relationship hits a moment where something has to change. The truth comes out, the trust cracks, or the future suddenly looks different than you imagined. Tonight, we're walking with people standing at those crossroads, trying to decide whether to rebuild, to let go, or to rewrite the rules entirely. From betrayal to mismatched values, from second chances to hard boundaries, these stories show what it really means to choose yourself while still caring deeply for somebody else. Crossroads aren't comfortable, but they're honest, and honesty is where the transformation begins. All right. Well, let's just hop in because this has been a long show already.
Okay, this is my favorite section.
Okay.
I, after a long period of depression, finally stand on my feet and want to repair my relationship with my husband. Is it possible? Now, I have a lot to say because I have been where you are. But first, I want to ask you. Mm-hmm. You went through this with me.
Mm-hmm.
You stood by me, and I was just overwhelmed when it just really hit me how much you really loved me. So this is what she's going, and she wants to show him that she appreciates him, and she wants to deepen their bond because she just hasn't been able to be there. Now, I know those feelings.
Uh-huh.
What would you suggest? What do you think he would?
Here, all he has ever wanted is for you to start feeling better. That's it. You want him to know that you appreciate what he's done for you, that he stood by you, and that you want to repair the relationship. All you have to do is walk up to him and says, "Thank you," while I was working on myself and to feel better. And that's it. He wants nothing else. All he has ever wanted for you is to be happy and healthy. He's probably been lost trying to help you as best he can. He hasn't been able to figure out, how to help you.
Yeah.
Even though he has been.
Yeah. Just being there, showing up every day.
Every day.
Being kind.
Being kind and consistent.
Yeah.
And all that fun stuff. Yeah. And all he needs.
It's boring. It's boring work, people.
All he needs to know is that you're feeling better.
Yeah.
And that he played a role in you feeling better. And that's it. He needs nothing else.
That's pretty much the conclusion I came to, was to what I could do is show you your hope was not misplaced. And the thing that I could do is to be my best self and to go on and grow and be the person I was always, but I want to be. And just along the way, just be my loving, caring self.
Okay, now here's the second part of this. You're going to have to be ready to play your role.
Yeah.
Because he's had his proverbial armor suit on for a long time.
Yeah.
So he's been putting in a whole bunch of effort to try to help you to this point. And in fact, he probably doesn't even know what normalcy is anymore. So you guys get to find a new normal.
Ooh, yeah.
You guys get to find a new normal, but you're going to have to be prepared for that. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting journey. It's an opportunity to not just repair your relationship. You're not going to repair your relationship. That's the wrong way to think about it. Your relationship is going to continue to evolve. What it's going to happen is it's going to evolve at a rapid pace. The relationship doesn't need repairing. Your husband stood by you. There's nothing to repair. It worked exactly how it's supposed to. But what you are at now, you are now at the stage where it can evolve to something even more beautiful. Because you are in a place to play more of your role. There's nothing broken about this relationship. Not a dang thing. It's worked exactly as it should. Congratulations.
Yeah.
So just all you have to do is tell him.
Just tell him.
Just tell him and thank him for the role he played. That's it. It's the world's easiest conversation. Relationships have a lot of hard, difficult conversations. This is an easy one.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes it hard is the fact that it's so emotional, but it's a good emotion, and you're kind of afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. There is absolutely nothing to be afraid of.
He really loves you so much. This is a forever relationship. It really is.
Yeah, just
This is wonderful. So thrilling. This is a win.
okay. What's next?
Okay. Just to find out my fiance cheated on me this past weekend when I was visiting family in another state. No. What does he do? He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know, should he confront her and give her a chance to make,
Okay.
try to repair this? Should he just cut strings? He just doesn't know.
At this stage, what would our standard response is? You should probably just cut strings, right?
Yeah.
Because they're 23. They're too young. Not in the sense of being too young to get married. I mean, he's 26. She's 23.
Yeah.
It's just she's not prepared to settle down.
Yeah.
She's just not.
Yeah.
And also, you're never going to be able to put it away anytime you go away to visit family.
And it's going to be awful.
Yeah. So I suppose, better now than after the marriage, after the wedding.
Yeah.
I suppose is the. Yeah. I can't think of any other answer at this stage. I don't have. So it's kind of the standard answer. Doesn't seem like there's depression or, there's no extenuating circumstances. I can talk. Extenuating circumstances. God, that German screwed up with my lips or something. But anyway, God, that's terrible. I can say words. Yeah, so I don't know. All things being equal, yeah, you should probably just move on.
Because, you said fiance. Do you really want this hanging over your head for the rest of your life? It's not like you're 10 years in and you got 2 kids. Come on.
Yeah, it's one of these things. Okay, if it was one of these cliche things, okay, the bachelorette party got out of control, and next thing you know, no one really knows exactly what happened, but we think that the untoward things that happened with somebody.
Evidence after the next morning points to this.
Evidence points to we made some really bad decisions last night. All right, this is not great, but you can kind of, I can kind of see, I'm, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That would give me more pause. This just find a new one.
Yeah, wait. Yeah.
I could almost, it's so cliche that you almost just want to write it off, right? It's one of those things, just like, yeah, all right, whatever.
I just really feel not. Did he do I'm not married yet, so I'll just have one more fling. I've heard of that before.
It works both ways, right? The bachelorette parties get just as wild as bachelor parties.
Yeah.
Right? Women go out to the strip clubs too and drink and don't really remember what happens the next day. So let's not pretend it doesn't.
Okay.
Just because you go to the Chippendales, right? It doesn't make anything else different.
I went to the local, male venues, and sometimes I ended up going to the after party, and things happen.
I get it, and if there's a party, people get overly drinking and decisions made that you wouldn't normally make.
Yeah.
You can almost write them off in a circumstance like that. I said almost.
I would definitely postpone the wedding if you're going to make.
But yeah,
That,
this one
yeah,
is. This doesn't
This
seem to
one-
be that.
It doesn't seem to be. She was visiting family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She probably now. Here's the thing. She probably did go out, have a few drinks, and right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be my surprising. Or did she call up? Go hop on Tinder and go and start flipping through trying to find a hookup. Those are actually different things.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
not that it matters, but there are different things. Okay.
We're sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. My boyfriend's parents won't accept me. Okay, these two sweethearts, 21 and 22, their families, both of them immigrated from India. They're firstborn here. Their parents are Hindi, so they just were adamant that they found somebody that's Hindi. And so these two things searched America's internet and actually found each other. They're both Hindi. And now his parents says, oh, they're not as devout as we are.
Okay, well, here's the thing. At some point, people have to step away and create their own culture besides their parents. You're no longer in India. You are now an American. You're part of the American culture. And we, on occasion, tell our parents to stuff it when it comes to our personal relationships. And so my suggestion is, if you actually manage to go out and find people in this crazy world and found people you actually like, you get to tell your parents to stuff it. They'll come around at some point.
They will.
And if they won't, well, that's their problem, not yours.
It really is, hun. You found somebody.
Yeah.
And somebody that you thought your parents would approve of. Well, and in here you thought you would be accepted. Okay, huzzah. You're both Hindi. You thought you'd won the lottery, and then here we go. It's the rug gets pulled out from underneath you.
Hey, here's the thing. This is not even an Indian Hindi thing. This boy's mother is not going to find anybody who's never going to be good enough for her son.
You think so?
Oh yeah. This is one of those mothers who nobody's ever going to be good enough. You could be a princess, and you could check every box, and she would find something wrong. She just doesn't like your attitude. It would be something. So he's going to have to learn that it's not his mother's business. His mother's just going to have to learn to deal with it. This is almost never the father. It's just fathers don't care. You found a girl that likes you. It's all right. She puts up with you. That's what fathers are. We're just happy you found someone who will put up with your sorry butt. Those mothers trying to protect you, right? They set these standards that no one can reach.
Yeah,
even them, right? They reject themselves as a spouse. You know what I mean? The proverbial. If they found a doppelganger, Oh, look, she's everything like me. You don't like that all of a sudden. So it's one of those things. He's just going to have to learn to tell his mother to stuff it in the most respectful way possible, of course. Good luck with that. But you're going to have to do it at some point. If not with this lady, with another one. Okay. What's next?
Okay, this lady, she's 29, seeing 33-year-old guy for 3 months. Okay, now they didn't want to do a relationship, so they did a friends with benefits. But, they agreed she wanted exclusivity. And now she found out that he broke that agreement. Now, how does she handle Friday? There's courtside seats. She really thinks she should. He broke the agreement. She should just ditch him. But courtside seats?
Well, with courtside seats to what?
Basketball game.
Well, how bad you want to go to the basketball game? Yeah, and then you ditch him afterwards, right? I suppose it's the question. Or so she clearly don't care all that much about the relationship because the courtside seats is what she's really caring about in this whole thing.
I know.
So
I knew you'd have fun.
She's not exactly as heartbroken as she seems to be here.
Yeah, she's real upset.
She's more offended that the agreement was broken.
Yeah.
Than anything else, but
she's willing to put that aside for courtside seats.
So then put it for courtside seats and let it be next week's problem. I suppose there's a way to do it. I wouldn't, but it is what it is. So I don't have any good suggestions on this one, but you've seen this guy for 3 months. You decided you didn't even really want a relationship worthy. So why are you overly worried about it?
Yeah.
Just move the heck on.
Move on.
Okay.
Okay, now we have some adult questions. Okay. Girlfriend said she'd let me go to a sex party to fulfill my fantasy, but she doesn't want to be involved. Should I go? No.
No, because those things are better left in Fantasyland anyway.
They really are. You have a nice fantasy that's perfect in every way. Why would you want to go and wreck it with
reality?
With reality.
Yeah, that's the thing. And then you have the chance of wrecking two things. You wreck your fantasy. You ruin your fantasy because it never works out like reality.
And your girlfriend looks at you different.
Yeah, and now she looks at you different. So, is it worth it? Is that fantasy really as phantasmical as you think it will be?
And what are you getting out of it? You get a day, in a couple hours, maybe, if you're lucky. But this girlfriend is going to be around, hopefully, for more than a couple hours. Where do you want to put your effort?
Yeah. Yeah, if only she would have wanted to participate, then it'd be a different question.
Yeah.
But she doesn't.
She said no thanks.
Yeah, it's not her fantasy.
Go have fun.
Yeah.
But she doesn't really mean it.
Well, she may. It's not unheard of that she doesn't mean it, but it's a risk that she doesn't, that what she thinks she can deal with and what she can actually deal with are different things.
Yeah.
She may intend to not have it bother her, but it doesn't mean it's not going to bother her.
But in reality, she may not be able to just let it go.
Yeah. She may think she can.
She may think so.
But,
sure.
Yeah. So, and that's always the risk.
That's know thyself. I know myself. Sorry.
All right. What's next?
I think my boyfriend is taking advantage of my submissiveness. So she tells him she's a submissive, but she only wanted verbal. Mm-hmm. And now he's like buying outfits and gear and shit. And she's like, whoa. She doesn't know how to rein him in.
Well, like any of these things, you draw the hard lines, and the hard lines are where they're at. And now sometimes those lines do evolve, right? Mm-hmm. But they generally evolve slowly, not rapidly. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
You really gotta say something.
Yeah, this is.
Do not go any further.
No, and this is the problem when you open Pandora's box, right? We talk about the difference between fantasy and reality.
Yeah, here we go.
And here you go. You have what you want. Okay, great. You get what you want, but now your partner has some say in what he wants as well, right? If he has to compromise, don't you have to move a little bit as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it becomes the opening of Pandora's box. That's all I'm saying. These things are never as clean and as pretty as they are in Fantasyland. In your fantasy land, you get everything you want, and what the other person wants is kind of irrelevant because they magically want just exactly what you do. But the reality isn't like that. That other person has wants, needs, and desires. And in order for them to get in the mood to give you the verbal things you want, they have to have other accoutrements to buy into the scene. Right? They have to dress up. It's like cosplaying, right? It's trying to cosplay without having the costume on. I can't pull it off, you know?
I need an outfit.
I need the outfit. So, you know, there's that kind of compromise there.
Yeah.
And you may have to either decide which is more important. It might not be possible for you to get only part of that.
You may have to just let it all go.
Let it all go, or say, all right, you know, having to wear a little a sexy little leather outfit every now and again isn't such a big deal. As annoying as putting those things on are. You know, that's the cost of you getting the verbal thing you want.
Yeah, it's called compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he may not like having to yell at you. So, you know, but he's trying it. He's giving it a whirl. He also could be taking advantage. It's not unheard of. So I don't want to rule that out either.
Okay.
Right? It's not unheard of for one person to take advantage of somebody else because, you know, one person's more dominant, one person's more submissive, and they simply can be pushed farther, so they do.
Well, he thought that's what I believe that he thinks, you know, that's kind of inherent in the whole genre, you know, that you get pushed, you know.
Yeah.
So he may be doing what she thinks he thinks she wants.
I think it may just he has to set the scene in order for him to be able to suspend the disbelief. He needs to.
Okay.
You know, if it's going to have to be theatrical, he's got to get theatrical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He can't pull it off part way. He's got to go in.
That's why they call it a scene.
Because you're pretending. You don't actually mean it, right? You're an actor.
Well, there are those that actually do.
Yeah, well, yeah, but how many of you don't want that outside of the bedroom, right? That's the whole thing.
I know it bleeds over.
That's why I don't like power. That's why I don't like that stuff in relationships.
Power plays.
It bleeds over.
It does. Yeah.
And then it becomes weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last question. Are condoms okay after sitting in a tent for multiple hot days in a row? Okay, we're talking 5 days, 90 to over 100-degree heat in the tents. And I went to Chat GPT. They cited Planned Parenthood and CDC saying, no, this is risky after condoms, after being exposed to high heat, because the materials are affected at that high heat, especially latex. Why are you being cheap? Spend the $10. Go buy other condoms.
Well, except here's the thing about this. I have a suspicion that it's not as, because I've worked in warehouses and shipping. You know how hot those trailers get that these things are shipped in? So you have these things sitting in warehouses and trucks in Arizona and places like this. And so you're going to tell me all those condoms are no good because they sat in the heat?
For 5 days?
Yeah.
That's what CDC and
I'm just saying.
Planned Parenthood recommend.
It's going to depend on conditions. Were they still in the box? You know, was the container left out? Are they in the shade? 95 isn't all that hot. It's perfectly normal conditions. If a condom can't survive 95-degree heat, it shouldn't be on for sale as a condom, quite frankly, because 95 is a perfectly normal summer temperature. So now, actual heat, if you actually left it out in the sun, in the sunlight, and it was sitting there baking, yeah, okay, I can get it. But sitting in a tent, the tent doesn't get to be 120, 130 degrees in the shade. It's shaded. It's still in its container. I think it's probably less of a problem than just simply because I've worked in logistics and I know
I wouldn't risk it.
Those things are shipped.
I wouldn't want to risk it. It's too important.
So, I don't know. I think some people are being overly cautious. I mean, again, if it's sitting out in the hot sun, on a 110 degree day, but 95 is a perfectly normal day. It's not extreme heat.
Sorry. I don't agree.
Since when is 95 extreme heat?
For 5 days?
That's a perfectly normal summer week. Quite frankly, around here, that's a cool summer week. We only hit 95 as the temperature. We're all happy. It's not even hot. That barely registers as a summer day. What are you talking about? Where you people grow up? But yeah, I get it. If you left it on like the counter at the top of your car in the windshield and it was sitting there for 5 days baking in the sun, yeah, you've probably ruined it. I'm not going to disagree. Okay, but if it's just sitting in your tent, still in its box, it's in the shade. It's not melting. You're not killing.
What about the teenager who carries around a condom for like 3 years?
Yeah, well, that just expires, right? Even though it's probably good till whatever, but it's probably better than we think. It's not the guy who carries it in for 3 years. It's the guy, the same one's in there for 5. Those things do have an expiration date. So, yeah, you can just look at the expiration date. It said they get squished. It's related to the problem. You squish it and then compact it and squish it and then compact it all the time. And that over time wears it out. It's more than just sitting in the wallet. It's the constant squishing.
Okay.
You're doing this all to it all the time.
Okay.
Just wearing it out. Whatever crossroads you're standing at, remember, clarity often comes after the breaking point. You're allowed to protect your peace, you're allowed to choose differently, and you are allowed to rewrite the story from here. So thank you for spending your evening with us. If tonight's stories stirred something new, a memory, a fear, a hope, let that feeling guide you gently forward. We are all learning how to balance love, responsibility, and self-respect in a world that doesn't always make it easy. Have a good night. And remember to love everybody.
Good night.